Alright, what's good everyone? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over a common myth that's plaguing this coaching and consulting industry, this B2B industry, and why it could be costing you tens and thousands of dollars per month. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Matt Jacob. I'm the owner of the One of One program, where we essentially help coaches and consultants pack out their calendar with sales calls using personal branding. So if you're serious about that, if that sounds interesting to you, link in the description to book a call with me, and we'll just see where you're at, see where you're trying to get to, and see if we can help you out. So what this myth is the fact that there's no such thing as unqualified leads. And that's a complete myth. And there's a reason for that. Before you click off this video, there's a reason for that. Have you ever, actually, I'll talk from experience. So there's been so many times when I see this person and they're looking a bit dodgy, like there's no profile pic, barely any content, but I'm like, I have a conversation with them, doesn't seem like a good fit, but I just get them on a call anyway, just see what happens, and they end up being a really good fit. That's happened so many times, more than you think. And yes, I know it's easy to judge a book by its cover, but what you really need to do is flip that and actually let them judge with their wallet. And that means getting them on a sales call and seeing if they're actually a good fit. Because what happens is, only two things can happen. Let's say you're talking to someone who is quote unquote unqualified. So what? Get them on a call. Let's say they really aren't qualified. You got a free rep. You got a free rep to train that sales muscle. And as you know, reps and time is what really helps you solidify a skill. And sales is one of those skills that you just need to learn and is super important. So you getting that free rep is probably just as valuable as if they were to pay you, which is the second option. Let's say you get them on a call. They look unqualified, they're a bit dodgy, don't seem to have the budget, or they might be from a third world country, yes, yada, yada, yada. You end up going through the sales process, and when you start presenting your offer, or after you've gone through all the questions, you're actually pretty amazed by their answers. They're like, okay, in your head, you're like, okay, I was kind of wrong. And again, this has happened to me, this has happened to people I'm surrounded with in my network. They tell me stories about this all the time. So you get to the offer and you're like, yep, I want to move forward. And they pay you and you start working as a client. That wouldn't have happened if you turned them down. That wouldn't have happened if you just called them unqualified and then let them on the call. Okay, so there's only two ways it can go. A, they're quote unquote unqualified and they really don't have the money, and it's true, you got a free rep at practicing sales. The second way is they seem unqualified, you get them on a call, turns out they're a good fit, and they move forward and they pay you and they start working with you. Or the third option, which doesn't really count, it's like, okay, they seem qualified already, and then you split it up into two other options. They either close or don't close. But we're talking about unqualified leads here, okay? I had a friend, actually he's a coach, he's a head coach for one of my mentors, and he closed a 25K pay in full, and he thought that the lead was unqualified. He thought that the prospect was unqualified. So I don't think he almost canceled the call, but he was tempted to come into the call with a different attitude, okay? Just believing that this person wasn't going to be a good fit from the jump, but he was like, no, hold up. Let me just do my due diligence. Let me take him through the sales process. Ended up paying the guy 25K pay in full, which is very nice, and that's a very key lesson. He also used to run an agency, a social media marketing agency, helping mortgage brokers. And his very first client, he was struggling for a long time. It took him months to get his first client. And then when he got his first client, this is how he did it. He almost canceled the sales call because the person was on LinkedIn, and that person didn't have a profile picture, didn't have any content. So he almost canceled the call just based off what he saw of the profile picture, and automatically he thought this guy or girl was unqualified. So let me cancel the call, but he didn't. He wanted to see what's up, went through the sales call, and she ended up paying him. So then becoming his first client. The only time you should be canceling or maybe qualifying leads is if your calendar and schedule is so booked out that you literally can't take any more people. Then okay, it's fair enough. You might have to weed out some bad fits, some rotten apples. But apart from that, I bet like 50 to 80% of you watching this will definitely have time and definitely have space on your calendar to take a bunch of sales calls still. So if that's you, don't cancel any calls. Just either get those free reps or close them as a client. You never know. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful. This was something I had to learn the hard way, and if you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at @TheMattJacob for more business and behind the scenes content. And if you're serious again, link to book a call is in my calendar. You will not be unqualified. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.